Hello, Euro Football Daily lovers, and welcome back to the Euro Roundup, where you pick our winners and losers. Talking of losers, I'm joined by Patrick Van Straten.
Hey, it's a joke.
Zing! Let's move into it. Both very valid points. Our first suggestion comes from Mudbihal_om, and he's put Real Madrid in our winners section. Why is that, Patrick?
They beat Deportivo La Coruña 7-1.
Isn't that a beer?
Deportivo La Coruña?
Almost.
Don't believe so.
Corona. Anyway.
Oh, good one. Anyway, it was their first La Liga win since the 9th of December, and also the first time Cristiano Ronaldo has scored since that game, which was a 5-0 beating of Sevilla. He got a brace here. His league tally is now at a mighty 6 goals. Wow, what a season he's having. All competitions though, 18. Not too bad. He's been banging in the Champions League, and boy did they need this. Gareth Bale, absolutely sensational in this game, scored a vintage Bale goal, put it right into the postage stamp. 7 La Liga starts this season. He's got 2 in this game, and so he now has 6 goals and an assist in very limited minutes.
Productive.
I mean, arguably, Bale, when he plays, is more decisive than Ronaldo right now. But anyway, it was a pretty deserved result for them. They were better all over the pitch. 62% possession, 24 shots to 6, 13 on target to 3. But it could have all been very different, couldn't it?
Yes, it certainly could have. Patrick Van Straten. They were 1-0 down after 23 minutes. And after that, the fans getting on their backs a little bit. Zidane rubbing that bold head of his. But Nacho, of all people, dragged them out of the situation, scoring Real Madrid's first. He was also instrumental in the second. The Spanish defender then added another late on, his 9th in 8 seasons at Real Madrid. So he's added goals to his game after 8 years. But Ronaldo was the star man ultimately. 1 assist, 2 goals from 3 shots on target, 3 take-ons with a 75% success rate with a 97% pass accuracy as well. Didn't look like it was going to be his day until the dying embers of that game. And his resurrection maybe starts here in the league at the very least. Zidane has come out to say he wants the Portuguese man to stay despite rumours circulating yet again that he may want to leave as a result of criticism that's been levelled at him from the fans as a result of his lack of form. Let's take a look at that clip now. Let's hear straight from the horse's mouth.
I just hope that when he arrives here, he's focused on his training, his work, and what he can add in the sports department. I won't speak about his personal life. I think he is a grown person, and he can speak for himself about this. I sincerely want to repeat once again, I don't see Real Madrid without Ronaldo.
But whatever Zidane's stance on that, he must have taken great heart to see the BBC back on the pitch together yet again. The first time they've been reunited in 273 days after Benzema entered the fray on 64 minutes. Who is their most important player though at the minute, Pato? That's what we want to know. Is it a resurgent Gareth Bale, or is it a Cristiano Ronaldo just about keeping his head above water in La Liga? Let us know in the poll just above. But following Valencia's loss to Las Palmas, Real are just 5 points behind them with a game in hand now. Atletico also drew with Girona, who we're going to talk about later. So results have gone their way this week, making them big winners. They actually travel to the Mestalla next week as well.
What a fixture that is.
Not next week, this week, because this script was done last week. Moving on.
Our first losers of the week are PSG. This comes from @Eddie Jackson. They had a very big game this weekend against rivals Lyon. Chris, how did it turn out for them? I'm imagining not well.
I was always more of an Eddie Guerrero man myself. Tekken 2, seminal scenes. Who were you? I got you down as a bit of a djinn.
I didn't really like Tekken. I was a Soul Calibur guy.
Different. Anyway, a last gasp Pingzilla from Memphis Depay secured all the points for Lyon and consigned PSG to only their 2nd league defeat of the season as the home side ran out 2-1 winners at the Groupama Stadium.
Ooh, Groupama.
Nerd.
Not
Nabil Fekir and his F2F beard opened the scoring with an audacious free kick, although Areola would probably struggle to get in the Liverpool side. That marks his 16th league goal of the season. He also has 5 assists, meaning he's the only non-PSG player to contribute to over 20 league and goals this season. A big well done to him. Look forward to seeing him in an Arsenal shirt next season. One can only hope. Anyway, he's now scored 3 direct free kicks this season as well. That's the most of any player in the Europe's top 5 leagues. The Europes, as it's commonly referred to.
The Europe.
And the 24-year-old on the day had 2 shots completed, 2 dribbles, 3 aerial duels and 4 tackles as well. So a really well-rounded performance, and made 3 key passes, laying on chance after chance for his teammates, which was a match high, securing him the Man of the Match award. Props to Bale as well, who I know you rate. He completed 6 dribbles on the night and was a constant outlet on the break, winning free kick after free kick. He looks like a hell of a prospect. Lyon are now 8 points behind league leaders PSG, and more importantly, 1 point ahead of third place Marseille now, who are also in decent form, aren't they? A Dimitri Payet-inspired Marseille. Pato, PSG in the tie, but not at their best, were they?
No, well, if you look at raw shot numbers, both sides had 11 shots, but Lyon had 6 on target to PSG's 3. And the little bit of this game I watched, which was in the second half, Lyon were getting through pretty easily. There was pretty much no traffic in midfield. And Ndombele was able to get through, played an amazing pass, which led to a great chance for Mariano as well. Aouar was excellent also.
Mariano should never take free kicks again. Did you see his one and only attempt? Oh, mate.
Is it poor?
Straight into the Pacific.
Okay, well, anyway, PSG kind of struggled in the absence of Neymar. As good as Fekir was, on the other side, the inspirational attacker was missing. He obviously has a thigh complaint at the moment. He's also starting to struggle a bit with the PSG fans. After he took that penalty off Edinson Cavani in that massive win the other week against Nantes, I believe it was. People are starting to feel like maybe he doesn't care about the club and he's only in it for personal glory. Who would have predicted? What do you think? Was he right to take the penalty off Cavani when he had a chance at a hat-trick? Let us know in the comments below. But without him, they really struggled to get through that back line. Dani Alves was the only PSG player to complete more than 1 key pass. And when they had the ball, it was mostly in the middle of the park. Though they had 62% possession, 17% of the possession in the game was had by Verratti and Lo Celso. And neither one of them created a chance in the match. So it shows that there was a lot of nice passing around the midfield, but perhaps without Neymar, they struggled to have that extra bit of quality to get through the back line. Plus, they were missing Mbappe after he was poleaxed by Lopez in the first half.
Brutal. Proper Sparta scenes.
Well, he went off seriously injured, but apparently he is all right.
Yeah.
We may well see him next week, but you know what it's like, concussions or whatever. We're not entirely sure what the protocol is right now. Anyway, it was their latest goal, the winner they conceded to Memphis Depay, since 2010, after they conceded their earliest goal since 2007. But on the plus side, still 8 points clear, still going to win the league. Whatever. I mean, they're losers, but just for the week.
Final winners come from John Smith. Have it! And he suggested Leverkusen. Pato, why is that? Why not someone like Munich?
Well, I didn't actually think Bayern were that great, though they did obviously run out 4-2 winners against Werder Bremen. Bayer Leverkusen, on the other hand, played Hoffenheim. Really tough match. Won 4-1, and they're now up to second in the Bundesliga. Now, they had 55% of the possession. Both teams had 13 shots, but Bayer put 6 on target, while Hoffenheim only managed 3. However, they did have a couple of close shaves. They hit the woodwork twice, one from a deflected cross, one from an absolute banger from outside the box from Dennis Geiger. By the way, Dennis Geiger, oh no, he was the cross, wasn't he? Rupp hit the shot. Don't remember. Anyway, Geiger,
tried your best.
Want to give a little bit of attention to him. He's a 19-year-old defensive midfielder, and he was probably Hoffenheim's best player on the day. Obviously, he's taken over from Sebastian Rudy, who left for Bayern last season. He made 11 tackles in this match. That's absolutely nuts. The goals came from Ilario and Baumgartling. Ilario got 2. But we want to focus a little bit on Leon Bailey, who opened the scoring in this match, because he is having an absolutely staggering season, and everybody in Europe is after this kid.
Yeah, the 20-year-old was the best player on the pitch, scoring an 8-yard back heel on the night. He had the most shots as well, with 4, putting 3 on target, and he completed 5 dribbles as well. No doubt as a result of his frightening pace. The guy's absolutely gassed and is currently involved in a goal every 96 minutes. That's 7 goals and 5 assists in 12 league appearances in the Bully.
Remarkable, given that he's also been playing at left wing back, right? He hasn't just been playing, I mean, he's wearing the number 9, but he was playing at left wing back
And it's no wonder he garnered the attention of teams in the Bundesliga as well, famously good at picking up talent from Europe's lesser leagues after scoring 7 in 12 in the Europa League last season. I think he got 9 in 35 as well in all competitions domestically, and he's really made the step up, hasn't he, this time round, Pato, scoring 9 in just 18 appearances so far this season. As you said as well, and rightly so, tactically versatile as well. He was playing left wing back. But the Mirror and the Guardian think he's going to move on already, and they've linked him with a €45 million move to Arsenal, Chelsea or Manchester United. And would you, Adam and Eva, he grew up a Chelsea fan. So maybe he'll replace Marcos Alonso, and Marcos Alonso will go to prison.
Second and final losers of the week are Atletico Madrid. This comes from @Hazim. What happened to them? Didn't look at the results. Sort of don't care.
Yeah, I watched a lot of football this weekend, but this match was not one of them. Although, because Barcelona won, because Real Madrid won, I think Atletico are a valid loser. And they drew 1-1 at home with new boys Girona, allowing Barcelona to pull 11 points clear at the top of the table. Valverde's men storm on, don't they? The Catalan side are actually unbeaten. Not Barcelona, that's Girona. Against Atletico Madrid this year, scoring more goals against La Rojiblancos than any other team in La Liga this season on 3. Not a bad fact, that. Well done, George. Griezmann opened the scoring with his 6th goal of the season from a Diego Costa assist. Diego Costa has now been involved in 5 goals in his last 5 games in all competitions with 3 goals and 2 assists. However, he failed to have a single shot before he was substituted. However, Simeone must have thought it was business as usual at half-time as Atletico went 1-0 up. As, check this out, Atletico have never lost a league game whilst winning 1-0 at home, winning 28 and drawing 3. I believe that's at the new stadium, not in their history, or that'd be good, wouldn't it? They didn't lose, but Porto, never heard of him, Pat's going to talk about him, upset the crowd at the Wanda Metropolitano.
Yeah, he's the 3rd player to score against both Atletico and Real Madrid this season, having a big year. That's a good way to get attention in Spain. And actually, of all Spanish strikers, only Iago Aspas and Rodrigo have been involved in more goals than Porto this season.
So could he be a Pascal Gross type figure to pick up? Good value for money, maybe if you're Brighton, Southampton.
I don't know. You'd have to look at his underlying stats, and sometimes I do think teams definitely fall into that trap, don't they, of buying players who are good against them. Kind of like Man United going for Fellaini. They're like, he was always great against United, so United probably thought he was a world beater, whereas actually. Anyway, moving on. It was a surprisingly evenly matched contest. 15 shots between the two sides. Atletico 4 on target. Girona had 3 on target. But now Girona are up to 9th. Pretty impressive stuff, though, of course. There will be a lot of squad turnover this summer because they've got so many loans, particularly from parent club Man City. It's actually been 13 years since Atleti failed to beat a newly promoted side, but they failed twice this season against the Catalan newbies. But at least they didn't lose.
Is this the club that Pep has bought? Sorry, by the way.
His brother definitely has a share.
Yeah. Because everything that man touches at the minute is just turning into gold, isn't it? Pep Guardiola.
Not Mangala, though. He's still mediocre at best.
Still okay.
Yeah, anyway.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Go on.
Well, no, the question now is whether Atleti have that second position sewn up. Obviously, we've seen that Real Madrid could very soon catch Valencia, and if they rediscover scoring form, then you'd have thought they could have a banging second half to the season, seeing as everybody's basically had a holiday for the first 6 months. The question is, for me, can Girona sustain this? Can they have a good go at the Europa League? I doubt it will happen this season, but you'd have thought with the right acquisitions, maybe a couple of good loans, maybe next season or the season after. Really exciting stuff. Just 5 points behind 6th place Sevilla now. I think we'd all like to see it. And of course, Pep could stand to get a little bit richer, probably. That's what you think.
2 clubs in Europe. On to our final section of the show now, where me and Patso pick our highlight and low light. I've gone for highlight because I'm a glass half full kind of guy, and you're a miserable Right, and in my highlight, I've gone for Thomas Muller, who scored his 100th Bundesliga goal as Bayern beat Werder Bremen 4-2 at home, with Thomas Muller actually scoring 2 goals and assisting 1. He underlined his importance to the side since he's come back in my opinion. Pato scored the equaliser, assisted the leveller, and then secured the point following a lovely, lovely assist from James.
They were rubbish though. They were rubbish.
But the assist from James Rodriguez.
Oh yeah.
Who's actually assisted 100 career goals in Europe, the first Colombian to do so. So a huge well done to him. I mean, Muller, he's got 100. He's still 66 outside the top 10, but it's a great achievement given the fact he's probably not considered anymore, at least, an out-and-out striker.
Yeah.
Plays in a bit of a niche position,
One
doesn't he?
20-goal season.
The Ram Deuter, yeah. I think he got 5 in the league last season in 25 starts, which is not great. So he's already well on his way to beating that total this time round. And check this out, I found this stat absolutely outstanding. Well, outstanding. Astounding, though, given Bayern Munich start and Dortmund start. Bayern are now the first team to lead after match day 19 by a 16-point margin in Bundesliga history.
Ooh.
What? How has everyone else been underneath Bayern Munich?
It's just not impressive, is it? Like, you know that Ian Robben's going to tell his grandkids, like, oh, I won like 12 titles, and everyone will be like,
Ian Robben will still
right,
be
mate.
playing for Bayern when he has grandkids, mate. He's seen his torso, he's ripped.
Right, I move on to the low light because I am a realist, not a glasses half full twat.
Glasses half. What?
Anyway, it's James McCarthy, future Celtic legend. He suffered a horrible double leg break at the weekend. Basically, he was trying to block a shot from Salomon Rondon. Actually managed to do it, but Rondon booted him in the back of the leg and it crumpled.
Yeah.
Like, both of the bones of the lower leg broken. It looks like he's going to sit out the rest of 2018 pretty much. He required oxygen on the pitch. It took about 10 minutes before they were even ready to stretcher him off. Rondon was in tears and has since visited him in hospital, really cut up about it, despite the fact that he hadn't really done anything wrong.
Pretty sweet, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't think Rondon should feel bad.
I love how the takeaway from that situation is, Rondon, what a nice guy.
Yeah, Rondon does seem like a nice guy.
McCarthy out for 8 months.
He's one of those people who's so big as well that you imagine he's just like a bit soft because he never needs to like try and look hard. Like Ander Herrera is always trying to make himself out to be a
little man syndrome. Yeah,
because he's a little pussy. I
I
don't think you do really. I think you're all right.
Now I think Rondon's a little bit like Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Like Zach.
Yeah, like
like
big,
Zach.
Dumb giant. Nah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Anyway, McCarthy has already missed 63 games to injury since 2014.
Yeah.
So this is going to be another whole year of that, and you've seen his career just disappear. I seem to recall a time when he was like 23 and linked to Arsenal every transfer window. Now he's 27 and he's barely played for the last few seasons. So
Celtic should put a bid in for him now.
Yeah, get him in. Get him in. Just get him to ride around in a wheelbarrow. Scott Brown can push him. Perfect.
He's good at ploughing.
Unlucky. Get better soon.
So there we have it. Your roundup is done and dusted for another week. If you'd like to contribute, get at me on Twitter next Saturday and Sunday. Those who are included this week, thank you. Could not do it without you. Wonderful people. Patrick, what else is happening?
We could do it without you. We used to do it without you. It's just better now with you.
That's what I meant.
Don't let him kiss your asses like that. It's
Sycophant.
embarrassing. Anyway, head over to 90 plus 1 facts. We've got 90 plus 1 facts about Ronaldinho, which has already banged this weekend. And make sure you're subscribed to it because we've got a really good one coming out this week about a footballer who may or may not enjoy an unhealthy relationship with his dogs.
He needs to trim
Big
out.
peanut butter bill. That's
Trim
all I'm
that
saying.
beard.
All I'm saying.
It's getting a bit wild.
Mate, sort your hair out. I hope we tried to make an appointment before this.
Dun, dun.